Alrighty, dudes and dudettes, welcome back to the Hot Damn Racing Team, and if you're new here, welcome. Alright, so I have some American Racing ATX Series beadlock wheels. These wheels are about, just the wheels by themselves are about 450 bucks each. Okay, if you go a little bit larger, then these are 18 inch. If you go a little bit larger than 18 inch, you're looking at about 500 bucks, 550 bucks per wheel. Okay, and I'm kind of disappointed right now. All right, not too disappointed, but I'm a little disappointed because I'm going to have to buy 104 of these, which I shouldn't have to according to the manufacturer. But the reason why I have to buy 104 of them, that's because this doesn't fit in them, because somebody decided to use an impact, okay, an impact to install them. All right, I bought them from Custom Offsets, all right, 6 years ago. I'm not mad at Custom Offsets, okay, I'm just mad at the inexperienced installer. All right, because Custom Offsets, what happened was is somebody at Custom, this doesn't fit, at Custom Offsets took an impact. All right, they were impacting, okay, these bolts, all right, and they scratched this ring surface here, the beadlock ring. They scratched it, and they asked me, you know, they sent me messages. I got a YouTube video about Custom Offsets customer service. All right, they asked me because it was totally freaking scratched. They don't come black. It was totally scratched. What do they want me to do about it? Do I want a refund, or what do I want to do? I asked them to powder coat them black, okay, without fixing the scratch. You can't tell there's a freaking scratch on any of the wheels. And they said, cool, we'll powder coat them and send them out to you. I really appreciate it. But whoever installed them used an impact and ruined every freaking bolt except for like 3, dude. So now this is what I gotta do. Okay, and I'm kind of upset about that because I want, these are 18-inch wheels with 30-inch tires, and I was using it for racing. Now I want to put 30-inch tires on these wheels, and I'm kind of worried about taking it to a shop, okay, because I don't want them to charge me for every freaking bolt that they can't take out. And that's what's going on now. All right, I'm gonna make it, you know, a little bit cheaper for myself when I take it to a shop. So now what I'm gonna have to do is remove them myself if I want to make it cheaper by doing this. All right, kind of upset. I have to hammer it in. Okay, it doesn't want to hammer in. There we go. I'm hammering it in, which I shouldn't have to do. Okay, now it's in there. Okay, I can use the impact. Maybe I should use the impact. I have this torque bar right now where I've been removing them, but I might be able to. I'm okay with taking them out with the impact. I'm just not cool with putting them in with the impact. Okay, this thing is not wanting to come off, so what we're gonna do, having a little technical difficulties, I'm gonna go ahead and try to remove it. There we go. All right. Yeah, this kind of sucks, man. All right, this is why I try to tell people to stop using an impact on every single damn thing, dude. I mean, there's no reason for it. Now this is stuck in the bolt. I'm going to show you how I'm going to remove that real quick because I'm not trying to struggle. All right, so I have this off now, and this little impact hex is stuck in the bolt. It's not stuck this time. Oh, but this kind of sucks because now I got to do this 104 times. 104 times. That is crazy, dude. Because somebody over torqued them with the impact, dude. I paid 450 bucks a piece for the wheels. It's not cool. All right, I want to take this off because I want to use my impact for some reason. I know everybody loves to use the impact, and so do I. Okay, so what I'm going to do, since this thing is junk, come on off. I'm not sure why you're not coming off. Dude, this is giving me trouble. That's my life, okay? This is my life. Come off. All right, this is a cheap breaker bar. All right, I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna get my impact out. All right, I'm gonna put it on for removal. There we go, baby. All right, the setting I'm using on my impact, okay, is the easy setting, which it applies low torque and then higher torque as necessary, okay, and that can be changed. Here we can go to, you know, different settings here, which is pretty awesome. Which I you know, if I'm going to install, if I'm going to use this, I use this a lot to install stuff, but I use this setting here, okay, which doesn't apply a whole bunch of torque when you don't need it. All right, so this is not going to come off, okay, so that's pretty annoying. So let me show you what I'm going to do to remove this easily without struggling and stressing. This is going to be a tedious experience for me, all right, and for anybody, all right, which really sucks. It shouldn't happen. I shouldn't have to replace these bolts according to the manufacturer. These are big enough and thick enough to where they don't need to be replaced. Now, a lot of beadlock wheels will have a smaller bolt. They do need to be replaced every time you replace a tire on the beadlock. All right, so let's go over to another area here, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to simply just remove it and then go about my business. Alrighty, dudes, we got one of these deals here, and what I'm going to do is place this little piece here just right where the bolt is not pinched, but the socket, okay, or the tool is pinched. Okay, I'm not overdoing it so I ruin the tool or whatever. And I'm going to place something here. I'm going to use a hammer, and I'm going to knock it off of the socket. Okay, so I knocked everything off, which wasn't the idea. Okay, we'll try again. This is how ridiculous. All right, so if I would have taken these bead locks to, you know, somewhere, they're gonna charge me a bunch of extra money. There it is, for no freaking reason, dude. All right, well, it's not no reason because they got to do a bunch of extra work. All right, and I'm not trying to get charged for a bunch of extra work. All right, if I can do some things myself. All right, so it came off. Now it fits like it's supposed to. All right, that's freaking crazy, man. All right, so impacts aren't really that great all the time. All right, you don't want to impact everything, all right, because I shouldn't have to replace this. It's not an item that needs to be replaced, but now I got to replace it. Hardy dudes, back over to the wheels. All right, it doesn't cost that much to get a decent torque wrench. I mean, this isn't the most expensive torque wrench, but it has worked for me for many years. You know, and if I need to go a little bit more extreme, I got the big boy here. All right, and I will use this to torque down any bolts on my truck, cars, whatever. All right, not mess around so I don't have a problem like this. This is kind of messed up. And here's another deal. A lot of people were saying my bead locks were fake. Okay, if they're fake, all right, then what am I doing here pulling bolts out? I'm sorry, you're the one that has the fake wheels, not me. All right, there's no reason to sit there and have a bad attitude about it. All right, so I gotta hammer this in. This sucks because I got to do 104 of them. Oh man, 104. 104. I really like these wheels. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so I was thinking about getting rid of them. I might not get rid of them. Look, that one pulled out just nice. All right, but this kind of sucks. This is a lot of work. All right, this is what I was worried about 6 years later. Look at that. I think we stripped that one. See, that's the problem that I was worried about. Is somebody impacting them so freaking much, dude, that you can't even take them out. And then now my wheels are like worthless. Let's see if we can hammer them in really good. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna not use the impact. I'm gonna use the breaker bar. Let's see if I get a better result. Come on, baby. All right, come on. Nope. Oh, there we go. There it is. Oh, man. Yeah, that's really terrible. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do right now, instead of using the impact to take them out, because it's like a really violent jerk, all right, I'm going to have to use the breaker bar every single time. 104 freaking times. All right, that came out because now this is pretty much ruined. This is the deal, dude. I spent really good money on these wheels, and now I got to sit here and worry about taking these bolts out efficiently. All right, make sure you have everything lined up. I shouldn't have to do this. It should fit right in. It should just fit right in, and I should be able to take them off. I mean, I know they're 6 years old, but they're still kind of brand new. There it is. Breaker bar is doing a better job, right? The impact is just not anybody's savior. I'm just telling you right now. It's a really good tool. I use it all the time to put my wheels on and off in different parts, you know. If I got to take something off, but it just doesn't work for everything. So now this one is stuck. Oh, geez. 104, man. This is gonna take some time. All right, so basically when I gotta go over to my little deal and hammer this off again. All right, so, you know, if I'm gonna give anybody a message, use the right tools at the right time. Okay, an impact. Okay, a lot of people, I have air impacts. I have all kind of impact tools. This is just one of my favorites because it is super high torque. All right, and it's adjustable. So I use this most of the time instead of my air impacts. Okay, but that's the deal I'm getting with. I'm gonna have an issue. Watch, I guarantee, where I can't get one of these out. All right, and I'm gonna have to go to extreme measures when I shouldn't have to. Okay, so all I'm saying is that an impact isn't the best thing for everything. You know, you're gonna ruin, you know, your own vehicle, or, you know, you're just gonna ruin your junk if you're gonna try to use an impact all the time. Businesses out there, please stop having your employees always freaking impact everything, because now I'm sitting here with an issue, and it's not that cool, man. Alrighty, dudes and dudettes, hot damn hell yeah, y'all the baddest. Get some. Jeez, dude. Yeah. Wow. Really torque these on pretty freaking good. Doesn't got to be that much. Damn. Wow. Perfect. Alrighty dudes, I'm down to the last bolt and it kind of stripped out, so what I'm going to do is try to weld this throwaway socket. I don't care about this one. Alright, I'm going to try to weld this to the bolt and then extract the bolt. We'll see how that works out. Hopefully it works out okay. We'll see. Let's turn the heat up a little bit. Speed down. All right, I don't want to hurt the aluminum parts. Okay, here we go. Don't act funny on me, baby. There's a bunch of paint and stuff on there, so it's kind of being a little weird, but it's all right. I don't really care about that much. I can always fix the ring. The ring's aluminum. It's easy to fix. Right. Yeah. Alrighty, dudes. I had to take a chill pill.
Oh no, monster truck.
Yeah, monster truck. Alright, so I got all the gifts and packages and trash and stuff from Christmas, but I cut the tire off of the ATX slab beadlock wheels just to get the ring off. So, oh! Dang, I almost messed up. I almost fell down. What do you got, a glove? Work glove? TVs. I bought the family new TVs, so the old TVs are out here. But yeah, I think I'm kind of done with beadlock wheels if they're going to be such high maintenance. I thought it was cool 6 years ago to buy beadlock wheels. Okay, but now that I want to replace the tires on them on the cheap. Where are you going, boy? Oh, I see you're messing with the other truck. All right. So I think that, it's not worth it to even mess around with beadlock wheels unless you're rich. I'm not rich. Okay, and kind of pisses me off a little bit that the individuals that put these rings on, okay, didn't do a very good job. So I think I'm done with beadlock wheels. I'm almost to the point to where if anyone wants to come and pick up these wheels for free, you can freaking have them, dude, because I'm kind of done with the real beadlocks. I'm ready to go fake all day, dude, if I don't have to deal with what I'm dealing with right now. It's kind of ridiculous, I had one bolt that was just totally stuck. It stripped out. All right, and I tried to weld it. I tried to do all kind of things. It didn't work out. I actually had to cut the tire off. And then what I did was I spun the ring, okay, to break it loose. And that's kind of ridiculous. And then you have all these inserts. There's inserts right here. It's, that's a little bit of too much maintenance, all right, just to look cool, to be honest, Yeah, so my opinion on beadlocks, if you really can't afford it, you know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of you guys can afford whatever you want. I'm not trying to say you guys are broke or can't afford stuff, but what's up, boy? You having a good time? Yeah. I'm not saying you guys can't afford things, but sometimes things are just like too tedious and too much maintenance and for no freaking reason, dude. Fake beadlocks will do a whole lot better for a whole bunch of individuals out there. Don't be ashamed that you got fake beadlocks. All right, because you're not dealing with a whole bunch of bullshit. And that's the truth. You're not dealing with a bunch of bullshit. Right now, I'm dealing with a bunch of bullshit, and I don't even want them no more. I don't even care about them. I paid $2,000 just for the wheels alone, not including the tires. I paid $2,000, all right, and then I got to pay like another $2,000 just to freaking get them fixed, It's my opinion, it's just not even worth it at this point. All right, so at this point, I'm ready to throw these things in the garbage or just give them away because I really don't care. And then I'm just going to buy new wheels. What I really wanted to do is I wanted to put 37-inch tires on these beadlocks, and call it a day and not have to buy wheels. But now I'm ready just to buy some fake beadlocks and put 37-inch tires on them and then call it a day. You know what I mean? This is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, right, boy? Crazy. I had to cut the whole damn tire off just to get the bead lock off. That's stupid. You know, well, congratulations to me. You know, hot damn hell yeah, you all the baddest. Get some.